Hello Internet, I am John. Welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris 3.9 Void Hive. Last time we had the Sleepers Awake and Ancient Rivals events, so we now have two Awakened Empires in play, the Fanatic Xenophobes and the Fanatic Xenophiles. And I've been doing some reading, and I think we should expect the War in Heaven to kick off in about 2 years from now, because I think I paused it and saved as soon as Ancient Rivals fired. 2 years is not a whole lot of time. I have kind of slacked off a little bit in my planetary management because, one, there's just so many darn planets, and two, because I didn't think we were gonna need it. But looking at some of these fleet numbers, I'm thinking maybe I should be a little more active here. Perhaps I too have fallen asleep at the wheel a little bit in the last 2 decades, just like they have. Or just like they were. I have been thinking about that the big choice, right, is going to be to go non-aligned League of non-aligned powers, or to stay neutral. And I think the smart play here is going to be to stay neutral. The going non-aligned powers would make a lot of sense if we were weaker. If we were in a position where somebody was going to vassalize us or was going to declare war on us anyway, or one of the Awakened Empires would, because they were stronger, then it would make sense to band up with everybody else for mutual defense. As it is, we're in a pretty strong position. As I said last time, the game is ours to lose, the game is ours to throw away, and trying to fight two Awakened Empires at once sounds like a pretty good way for that to happen. So I think the plan instead will be to stay neutral initially, see if we can let them blunt each other's swords a bit, let them inflict some casualties on each other, and then go for a decisive strike on one of them, and try to fight one at a time, knock them out, then fight the other one, knock them out. Because that means I only need to have a significant fleet advantage over one at a time, and I can potentially rebuild in between, provided that I don't lose everything. I also noticed last time I made a mistake here. This is actually, the Xenophiles do actually have like 850k of fleet, just like the Xenophobes do. That second fleet, Raging Sea, I was misreading as 34,000 rather than 346,000, because previously that slot had been a 32k Titan fleet. So this is an even match here. I don't know if the Ganlarev will side with the Xenophiles. The Silicoids, I expect, will side with the Xenophobes, based on their ethics and based on their tiny fleet. And I'm thinking one thing we could do here to try to keep the Silicoids out of their sphere of influence would actually be to give the Silicoids alloys, which is a weird thing to do, and could potentially backfire on us, right? But if my understanding of how this works is correct, if they have more than like 20k of fleet, then they are less likely to voluntarily vassalize themselves to a fallen empire, which would be good for us. So I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna give them a bunch of alloys. Hundreds. Ha! I don't know how much that'll. So I don't know how much that'll buy them, but it's something. And then, obviously, we have fleet cap to fill, we have starbase cap to fill. I think we might want a couple more gateways, now that I think about it. I've been looking at kind of our strategic situation with, like, where can they get at us if they want to? So L-gates are an option and wormholes are an option. There's this wormhole back into our Scalarium, and then there's another one quite close that goes right into our home territory. I don't have a gateway here, but I think I might want one. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, probably on the relay rather than right on the wormhole. As far as so that's a wormhole option. There's also this wormhole over here, which again is quite close to Xenophobe space, and I don't have great coverage up here. This is kind of a backwater. There's not even relays. if they decide to come out here, they're just going to take it, and that wormhole again goes back into our Stellarium. So that this wormhole situation against the xenophobes is a little worrying. On the L-gate side of things, there is an L-gate here in the Ganlarev, which the Xenophiles might get easy access to. And then we have we have 2 L-gates, and the Stellarium has 1 L-gate here. So that would give them access to strike us from a number of angles, and we don't really have a way in at them through it. So the L-gate situation is not good for us. The wormhole situation isn't great for defending for us. Oh, here's an L-gate here. Oh, that's very interesting for us to get up in the Xenophobe. An option I've been considering is whether we do early war, whether we just go and try to punch out one of them before things really kick off, and that might be... We could get our entire fleet here, mass up, and try to fight just them. It's an option to consider. Yeah, right. So as far as going back to that choice between League versus neutral, if we went League, the upsides are that we would get access to a Federation fleet, probably another 600 naval cap, which is not insignificant. At GDF rates, that's where's my GDF fleets? That's another 600k, which is considerable. And there's an interesting... So if all of our vassals end up in a federation with us, then they can't really rebel against us anymore. So like our ability to care about vassal loyalty would... we just wouldn't need to anymore. So we could raise taxes, we could... basically, we could lose all of our fleets, and the subject power relations penalty wouldn't really matter. So those would be points in favor of federating, but ending up immediately at war with both of them is a worrying prospect. So I don't really want to do that. I have a couple other minor things. We missed some planets terraforming, and there's another one up here. One of these ones we picked up during that weird war. Yeah. That should have been a Hive world this whole time. As far as pops, robots, I do think we want to be working on... I think we're good on research. I think for further Ringworld segments, yeah, we want to be focusing on ally production. Food we could use more of. I do think we want to be building out more food stuff so that we can feed more clone vets. I don't know that we'll actually need it, but... and the food building. This one's almost built out. We will want another mining Hive world pretty soon. I'm debating even taking Void Dweller off of maybe the Podborn, because we have so many of them working jobs on planets. Because we're producing so many of them. And we have clone vets everywhere, and they're being built out of there. So, right, yeah, they're a third of our population. So, do we have a Hive world option? No. Doesn't matter. Okay, no trait picks. And then... is this what we want? We still have 1 trait point. Is there anything we could upgrade for a point? Is there, like, better enduring? No. Is there a 2-point thing we want instead? I don't really think so. Budding. Budding would be funny. It's a little late in the game to be worrying too much about pop growth, though. We can just leave enduring. I can find it again. And then we're just going to find all the ones that are on Hive Worlds and apply it. What? Following traits cannot be removed. Interesting. So we... can't... we have to do it in 2 steps? Do we have to remove Void Dweller and then change habitat preference? You know, that would be fine. That would be just fine. I don't care, right? Because they're 100% habitability on all these planets, so, like, whatever. It does seem like a bug, though. I just want to remove the 30% output penalty that we're taking on, like, all these Hive worlds.
Our situation log is updated.
Okay, and then we also have 2 more points of Starbase cap that we can use. I mean, realistically, we're probably going to go fight some Total Wars here, and consequently, we are probably going to pick up some Starbases and go over cap, so that's going to suck, but for the time being, we could use the capacity. Fleet stuff. I noticed a couple little things with our fleets that are not ideal. So we could be doing... Do I not have the, I thought I got the enigmatic thing. Did I not do that yet? Okay, well, we'll do enigmatic decoder next. This was shields, right? 8 months. How long will the decoder take? This is the one with the fire tracking chance to hit. That's fine. We'll roll shields again, right? We have... So yeah, once we get decoder, we can put on everything, and then also in our battleships, I noticed, we are still using the old combat computers. It, for some reason, didn't auto-upgrade to Sentient, so that should improve things a little bit. Anything else? Anything else? I guess orbital rings maybe for like the new... You're both building stuff. You're not. So for the new ag world that we want to support clone vets. Naturally, we probably built it. Oh, we didn't build habitats over it. Surprising. Okay. I guess another option would be to just like poop out tons of defense platforms on some of these But I don't know that I really want to deal with defense platforms. I think I'd rather have gateways and just be able to put my fleet on top of them.
We have adapted a species to suit our needs.
Okay, so they've actually made rivals now, the two awakened.
Conceived.
Get on the keyboard! Very exciting. Do I have, we still have the Ardon monument up here. We can remove that and move it to the Forge World.
We have claimed a new nest. Technology conceived.
Oh, it might also be a good time to switch from switch edicts from the tech one to the yeah, from scientific. But you know, we're not using the Unity. I think we want Grand Fleet. I think the extra naval cap and the upkeep production will be pretty good for us. Yeah, that was another 100 naval cap right there. So, let's wait for the Dakota to finish and then do upgrades and builds.
Technology conceived.
Can we put multiple? It's not going to matter. Hopefully the Juggernaut actually never gets into combat. 2, 3, 1. I don't know what the balance of armor and shields on this is. It seems a little shield heavy. Just to be safe. And those should be our competitors. Okay. I need like an upgrade all button. I guess I probably got to go put the thing on the GDF fleets too. And then we have another 200 naval cap, so we should build more. Wait, we have 500 naval cap. Okay, so we need 2 more fleets. I do wonder, like, how much alloys I want to just hold for refleeting. But a fleet that's already built is one that you don't have to then build later. I don't know.
Our swarms strengthened. Our swarms strengthened.
Council agenda ready.
I guess that was inefficient. That was not a... Because we do want the ones that are still Void Dwellers to be working on metallurgist jobs on
Our
habitants. Maybe, I don't know.
construction is complete.
Maybe we're just writing this section of space off. Maybe that's what we're doing here. Okay, amenities, housing, unity on the science ring world, I think. Yeah, okay. Food problems. We did all the way build this one out. Oh, no, not quite. Okay, orbital ring on this guy. We don't have the bops yet. Not quite.
Our swarms is strengthened. Our swarms is strengthened.
Should I bother? Sure.
Our swarms is strengthened.
We'll see if I regret that use of allies. The disengagement opportunities is really interesting, but I don't know what I would remove. Maybe regenerative hull tissue. If we expect to get one shot by Fallen Empire stuff, having but then a disengagement chance doesn't matter either. So, I am curious to see what our upkeep looks like when we move stuff off of ships 3,000. Okay, so it's probably like an extra 1,000 energy a month. We move them off of the umbilicals. So I'm not too worried about energy credits. We can just keep doing weapons and shields. Although we're at the point where like we get like one more tech before things kick off, I think. Anything where we're like under 10, right? Is we're playing catch up. I think we have more explosives than kinetics in our fleets, though.
Our swarms is strengthened.
Maybe the trash disperser instead of the hull tissue if we expect to get one shot.
Our swarms is strengthened. Our swarms is strengthened.
What's the one we're trying to... Aranus Quartus? I don't think we've seen this species before. So we're up to 220 per fleet after the combat computer upgrades. That's promising. You guys have a club bets, right? You do. I'm just making... I don't want to be like... Having more food is good, but... yeah, let's just pick some of these Hive worlds to, I think the cat's hitting, like, speed, buttons that modify game speed. What a... You've moved on from pressing the spacebar, and now you're fiddling with plus and minus. Great. Thanks, cat. Yes, we will end session early. We absolutely will. Anything else we want to pass? I don't think we want to do that. That's... I mean... yeah, I don't think we want to do that. Because again, that puts us immediately at war with both. Unless there's like another GDF expansion, but I don't think there is. So, yeah, I think we're back into stalling territory. Interesting. And then more GDF fleets as well. Where's the, there's... Oh no, we've gotten it, the fleet manager has gotten into a confused state when we did that reorganization. Because this is actually like 10 and 13 and 1. I think. Where's the second GD? Okay, we have first and third. I know there's some kind of like template thing. Because there's overwrite template. Yes. Do fleet templates. What? I mean, at this point, it would just be faster to make it twice, but that's frustrating that there's some kind of fleet templating thing, and it doesn't. Right, it's 10, 13, 1. Okay, so that was the button I needed, was copy, not overwrite template. Interesting. So there's our other 400 supply of GDF.
The others speak. Technology conceived.
Do I want army stuff for taking planets? I don't know. Maybe food from jobs if I want to make more clone vets. Maybe this is also a good time to be buying alloys before stuff really kicks off and they get expensive again. And we have the energy. Keeping the shipyard busy. The Jabru have rivaled the Silicoids. The Jabru would... Okay, our vassal, the Jabru. If the Silicoids built more stuff... Oh yeah, okay, so the Silicoids are up over 20k now. That's good. Maybe that'll keep them out of the sphere of influence of
Conceived.
the Xenophobes. Okay, so it's 2384, and stuff hasn't kicked off yet. And I'm surprised and worried. Maybe the wiki's wrong, but if the wiki's wrong about this, what else could the wiki be wrong about? Why are they migrating?
Council agenda
Why don't you
ready.
just stay here and make alloys? Okay, he did.
Technology conceived.
Okay, so they're expanding their borders into the formerly forbidden zone. I do wonder, so like, I was looking at their economies, right? I was like looking at them with the sensor array, and they have lots of like unemployed pops, and they're not really producing that much stuff. Like they make like 200 alloys a month, which is nothing. So, and that also inclines me to wait, right? It's like, okay, they don't produce very much. Maybe I can just continue to outgrow them. I'm wondering if we transfer everything to another fleet, maybe it'll fix the fleet manager. Yeah, okay, good. Tertius. We don't want them going to Ernest Tertius. I mean, oh, okay, we're still filling up science jobs here. I mean, I hate to waste gas on a district that I'm not using, but it is not the highest priority. Right, how do I build habitats again? What do I put in habitats? I don't remember. I guess it'll probably just be like a special I guess, shoot. There's all the resource deposits in the system. I bet we can build some, like, good mining buildings. Okay, not currently. Okay, so there's our gateway on the wormhole. And the other thing, if I stay neutral and I don't engage into them, that puts me in a position where I'm not trying to fight 2 Awakened Empires and then a crisis spawns and I have to deal with them too. If I'm only ever fighting 1 Fallen Empire at a time, my ability to, like, white peace out of one of those wars and then go fight a crisis that happens to show up is probably much higher than if I'm trying to fight both at once. XI... Okay, here it is. I'm gonna save. I'm curious, right? I want to have the option. If I can find the menu. Oh, yeah, it's underneath these. I'm curious to potentially run an old history scenario around, like, okay, what if we did go League rather than neutral? And I'm very curious to see how, like, it shakes out. Yeah, if we went League. Okay, so right, so the machines sided with the xenophobes, the silicoids sided with the xenophobes, and their vassals went with them. The Ganlarev sided with the xenophiles. Did the yeah, so the Pompous Purists haven't sided with anybody. Ah, that's hilarious. I hope that stays that way. That's it's almost a little unreasonable, right? That Pompous Purists can decline emissaries from an Awakened Empire who has you know, like, they have 25,000. The Fallen Empire has, like, well, and I think they spawn more fleets. I haven't gone and counted, but that's what the wiki says should happen, is spawning more fleets. I don't see them, so that's good news. But oh, maybe that's why the spawns previously were so big, was that it got the spawns for Awakening and also the spawns for War in Heaven. Anyway, you know, 800,000 versus 25,000, and the Pompous Purists are just like, nah, we declined to see your emissaries. I feel like there's a Xenonian article in there around, like, just the ridiculousness of that, but okay. So there is no league. I mean, I guess unless they form the league somehow. Okay, and it also liberated their vassals, or it turned their vassals into vassals of the Fallen Empires. Yeah, their fleet's not moving. Is your fleet moving? Nope. They're just building colony ships. They're not really doing much warring in heaven. Okay, something moved. Because there was... yeah. No orders. Oh, I have so much intel I can see orders now? Oh, that's good. Maybe they jumped. Where's Trinitar? Interesting. But yeah, my hope is that they will fight each other in this space, and then once one of them is weakened, then we will make a move.
Our construction is complete.
Oop, device battery low. Huh, I wonder why that is. Cat, did you unplug my laptop? Yeah, very impressive. What an animal. What an animal. I want to denounce the only thing that the ones that let me denounce are the purists. Oh, it was too recent. We can't repeal it. Oh. Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah. Plus 25% damage for not having joined either? Yes. We'll see if that brings about war, but if it's war, at least it's war with a bonus. And I don't think they'll declare war on us. Not with their fleets in their current state. So they're not even stopping to hit starbases. They're just going for it. What are they going to do here? Okay, so here they're stopping. Here they brought transport fleets. What an admiral. I don't have anything like that. And naturally they have plenty of max level admirals. Meanwhile, the Xenophiles are passing through of our territory. Latharos. Okay, so they're going to use our gateway network to go attack the silicoids. Okay, secret fealty from the Jabru. I mean, what good... Like, if we fight a fallen empire, we're not going to do it as a secret fealty war. Although... versus a total war. Somehow I still have like 200 points of naval cap left. I thought I filled it. I guess I could go a little bit over. That'd only be like less than 10% over. Interesting thought.
Technology conceived.
I'm really curious. Okay. Okay, so they're actually taking space. Which means they're going to get more production. Okay, so we, that's not good. I thought there was something about, like, systems going to vassals when they took them.
Technology
Council agenda
conceived.
ready.
This is good, though, that the xenophobes are getting up in the xenophile space. Perhaps it will prompt the xenophile fleets to return home. Okay, so the Hrooni have gone psionic. I wonder if that applies to our Hrooni. I bet it doesn't. It'd be cool, though. Nope. Sads. Oh, we can buy some cyborgs, though. That's neat. So their power is climbing.
Technology conceived.
The yeah, the Xenophiles are building a little bit more fleet.
Technology conceived.
Okay, we're at equivalent tech, so that's good.
Stellaris, speak.
Wow, okay, they printed another 170k there pretty quick. That's a little concerning. We're capped on allies again. Good problem to have. 250. Okay, yeah, so that's just a tiny bit above our fleet cap, so I think we'll do it. How many build slots do I have? Okay, I could do all 3. Okay, so they both have about 500k right around here. So it's kind of... Maybe we'll get the kind of pitch fleet battle I'm hoping for that will do some damage to both sides. And at 24... 02 or so, we become... Or 2400? There's no... Like, eventually we'll get to the next crisis, too. I wish it would show me different colors rather than yellow. Be a nice, neat option to be able to set up. Like, show me this planet's fleets of, you know, in this color, or this empire's fleets in this color. We're around an hour. Okay, so they took some stuff back from the xenophobes. No such luck for the silicoids, I suspect. Yeah, I don't even know which side the mercenaries are on. That's an interesting point.
Technology conceived.
Okay, here we're gonna get a battle between the two, I think. It sure looked like they were moving this way. Why would they stop? They have more. Yeah, they should. I would go for that. Moving to Farathon. Is this Farathon? No.
Our construction is complete.
Yeah, okay. So here we go.
Council agenda
Most of
ready.
it's getting away, it looks like. Not all of it, though.
Technology conceived.
Rebels against one of our vassals. Surprised it didn't pull us in. Oh, it did. Where are you? Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, they got 75k fleet. Not that it will matter.
We sense spaceborne life. Crushing a hostile hive.
Yeah, here's another fight between the FEs. Oh, this is an even one too. Well, it was until they decided to FTL.
Hostile swarm engaged. Hostile swarm engaged.
Rebels with battleships. Crazy times, the endgame.
Enemy nest taken.
Does that end? Like, do they have? Was that not their only planet? Okay. And we got their planets again. Irritating. I never asked for this. That's actually quite a planet. Well, it's so small though. Yeah, I'm not gonna want any. I mean, I guess I'm gonna need the housing for 50 pops. I mean, or we squeeze them out and send with the ring worlds, but that should be what, like 8 times 5. Yeah, that should be enough housing for everybody, and then we can demolish the rest. Wow, that bad. We're calling embassies.
Technology conceived.
the difference is mostly vessel score? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Council agenda ready.
We're full on artifacts too. We can wait. We can do technology for now. Okay, right. So the systems they took did get allocated to, well, some of them. The systems with planets? I don't know what the logic is here about how these are getting allocated. And the xenophobes have been pushed back out of here. Where are the xenophobes' fleets now? Not an easy thing to search for, a fleet. Maybe they were an emergency FTL. It seemed like they had, yeah, probably. That's probably where they are. Oh, wow! Okay, so they're even specializing vessels. That's such nonsense. How are they getting bulwarks with their relative power? Like, these should all be protectorates. It must. I think it's because they, like, inherited them from people they vassalized.
Our construction is complete. Technology conceived.
God, 4K fleet power in a single escort. Doesn't look that scary. Well, that's a lot of flak. Interesting. Maybe I shouldn't be as heavily invested in Strikecraft as I am. What are Okay, about 23K for a battleship for me. So. Okay, so the Xenophiles are shifting their back to the southern offensive. Xenophobes are still kind of regrouping.
Technology conceived.
Oh, I think they're gonna make a run through the L gates. I don't know where to. Probably out here, right? Or they're using my gateway network.
Technology conceived.
We're about an hour. moving to entries more. Yeah, okay, so they did come out this side into
Council agenda ready.
interesting. I don't think they had Colossi before before the War in Heaven started. And that was that was whose? That was the Xenophiles.
Technology conceived.
Okay, so they're gonna go fight the machines. Oh. Some of these I don't know if I wanted to settle. I've just been like doing all of them, even ones that aren't in sectors. Huh. I mean, that'd make it okay, Fortress World. Let's see whether this gets them to both declare war on me. Yeah, we can just cycle sanctions, I guess. Yeah, some of these I don't know that I want to be settling. I mean, I should, but... Oh yeah, that's a wormhole straight into our spit. Yeah, let's put a Hyper Relay there. Bubbles is still getting stronger. It's probably repeatables, though. Why does it show me these options that I can't build? It's very puzzling.
a new nest.
No indication of where.
We have claimed a new nest.
We'll do that one later, though.
Technology conceived. Technology conceived.
They've actually taken some damage. Okay, so the Jabru Republic, who are our vassal, declared war on the Silicoid Crag. Is this gonna suck us into the war in heaven?
Technology conceived.
I guess not. Wild. I mean, I guess we could grab some army techs. They're relatively inexpensive. Let's get up to 15s on the fighters first. What are you guys even trying to... Okay, you're... I mean, all these all these habitats, right? Like, a little bit of lag reduction is not the worst thing in the world.
Council agenda ready.
The others speak.
Somehow it still isn't calculating my naval cap right. The repeatables are adding up. We're up to like 250 per fleet.
Technology conceived.
I wonder like what contributes most to fleet power as far as repeatables go. Why is everybody green? Right, like, my background is green, their background is green, their background, his background is green. Did we all just pick green, like, flags? It's really annoying. If we turned off unions mode, it'd be clearer. Yeah, that's not too bad.
The others speak. Technology conceived. Technology conceived.
Oh, my mineral income is down all the way.
Technology conceived.
So they can't actually... They're not actually attacking the silicoids? Yeah, they're not. What was that one? Korak. That one at least is in our capital sector. That's what we should be using. Okay, we are actually at, yeah, like an hour and a half. So, this has been interesting to watch. I'm kind of glad I didn't jump into this mess, because keeping track of a war of this scale is just... It's bad enough to try to understand watching it without having to fight it. War exhaustion hasn't really moved in a little while. Scores haven't really moved in the situation log very much. I guess the Zavirians are narrowing the gap a little bit. Our naval cap is stalled. Maybe what I need is fortresses. More fortresses. Because we have, I mean, evidently we have the alloys to put out lots of fleet. There comes a point where we might even want to do energy ring worlds. Oh, it's okay, right when I'm ready. Yeah, okay. It's just they don't really like commit. They go up here and they take a couple systems and then they bop off to somewhere else. He comes down here, he takes a couple systems and he shields a couple worlds and then he goes and wanders off somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know. I almost wonder if the play here, right? So it seems like, for the most part, they're not really holding on to systems, right? They're giving systems away to signatories. There's some. They take some, but not much. Yeah, we don't need that many maintenance turns here. I mean, we'll leave the slots, but how are we doing on? But yeah, okay, so next time, odds are decent we'll get the second crisis, or at least it'll start rolling. I'm very curious, like, what their economies look like, but I don't really have a good way to see them, Okay, so they start producing some science. Their planets are still looking pretty bad, but they're building out habitats that look vaguely useful, except that their tech level is so high that they need just huge piles to do anything useful. Oh, we're producing a little bit of alloy. I don't know how. My deposits. Yeah, I'm not seeing like a booming alloy economy here. I guess the probably the most likely scenario is they take planets from other people that are producing alloys, but they're giving most of the planets away. So it still lost silicoids. And even then, right? It's if you capture a planet that gives you $60 a month, and you're building, I assume their ships probably cost pretty similar to what mine cost at their tech level. I don't know that they could actually refleet if they. Yeah, well, what does this one do? Oh, okay, it's habitat. I mean, heck, they're losing, right? They're taking habitats and then purging robots, and then they're taking habitat upkeep in alloys. Yeah, I think they're gonna fall apart if I give them time. And I have time. So, yeah. It's just a strange situation. Anyway, thank you for watching. I apologize that this episode wasn't as exciting as A War in Heaven could have been, but I think it was the smart play. I think it would have been foolish to just go put my foot in it. So,